want to quickly talk about my periscope that I just created. So I went through the engineering process and organized it all on paper, and I'll get to that in a second. The question that was posed was, how can I see above the crowd without standing on top of anything at a Bill Nye not a Bill Nye concert, a Bill Nye show. Second step of the engineering process is to imagine. I know we were instructed to do a periscope. I brainstormed some other ideas as well. I thought, aside from a periscope, you could wear high heels, which I realized would be unrealistic because that'd be very uncomfortable to sit there. Stilts, which would be a little obnoxious. Last one would be a stool or a ladder, which would be hard to get into the show, and I know the people around you would not appreciate it. So periscope it was. Then I organized my materials as well as drew a picture of what I wanted my periscope to look like. I really didn't reference the separate plan that came with this assignment. I wanted to see what I could create on my own. So materials I listed were scissors, which I used, cardboard, and I actually chose like a flimsy light cardboard, and I'll talk about that later. I didn't want something super obtrusive, I guess. And mirrors, I wrote glue, but I didn't use glue. I ended up just using tape. Meter stick, which I also ended up not using. I used the pieces that I cut from the cardboard as a stencil. And then a pencil, which I did use to measure my stencils. Finally, I drew my plan, and I decided if you're 5'6" and your eyes are about 3 inches below your forehead, to do 3 inches plus another 5 inches, so you meet the height of about a 6'1" person, so that you're not like very distracting or blocking the view of the people behind you and not too in the way. So that's what I came up with. Here is my periscope that I created. Pretty standard. After constructing it, I was pretty satisfied with my design. As you can see, and I mentioned it just briefly earlier, I just used tape to put it together, which I also said I used some flimsy cardboard, so it does, I mean, actually it's not super flimsy, but it definitely is not as durable as something that would have used like thick cardboard. Also downside, it's letting some light in on my cracks and crevices. I think if I had used a meter stick, maybe it would have been a little bit more precise, but I was pretty happy with the overall outcome. And that was my thinking.